Hi everyone, my name is Billy and I'm going to show you briefly around our project for EthDenver2022 AcademyONE. So in a nutshell, this platform aims to provide projects with a way to outsource and open source the creation of learning materials for their projects. And it provides contributors a way to earn money by creating educational materials for these projects, and hopefully these things will result in a great experience for people looking to learn about the project. So firstly, I'm going to show you how you would go about creating a course on this platform. So firstly, you would fill in the name and description and a cover image. Okay, so there we go. I've added some information and an image as well, and that's been uploaded to IPFS. We'll move on to the next stage of adding our first module. So each course is split into a series of modules. So this one will be called Choose a Good Starting Word. This is the most important part of the game. And obviously we've got to start with the word crane, because that is the best. And then for our questions, we can add, what is the best starting word? Obviously there will be a much better system for questions, but due to time limitations, we just implemented that in Markdown as well, just as we've done the materials, just so you can at least make it somewhat visually interesting. In the future, obviously, we'd like to have videos and things like that as well. So we're going to submit that transaction and confirm it to create our course. We can see success down here. Okay, so with our course created, we'd now go into the courses tab to see the current available courses. So you've got some excellent content on the site already, including our new course we've made here, How to Win at Wordle. So we'll go on this and see what's available. So we get a quick summary of the course, and we can see what modules are available. We also have the option to enroll on the course, which we'll try and do now. There we go, we can see we're now enrolled on the course, and this gives us access to the learning materials, which are going to load right here. So obviously quite bare bones, but again, early implementation. But one thing you might notice is we're lacking quite a lot of content here. So this is where the beauty of allowing people to contribute to the projects comes into play. Here we are on a different course we've made already, How to Cuddle Kittens. So we can see here there's actually some more interesting stuff going on. We've already made and approved some pull requests for this course. So this first request has been approved, and this was to add the tummy tickling module. We can see version 0 of the course did not contain that module, but version 1 does, because when that pull request was accepted, it creates a new version of the course with this new set of modules. We also have another pull request pending to translate the entire course into Dutch. So this is a much better example of how it could be used in reality. Say you were the creator of this course, you were the maintainer of it. You could put a bounty out for someone to translate it into Dutch, a native speaker, and then anyone could submit a request for that bounty. And then as the maintainer, we can go in and view that request. So we can see, here we go. So here's all of our course in Dutch. We can see their requested share of the course. This would probably be more like, in reality, that would be the amount they're getting for the bounty. So as the maintainer, we have this button to vote for the request. And when we click this, when over 50% of the maintainers of a course vote for a request, it will be accepted. The bounty, the reward will go to the author of the request, and a new version of the course will be created with those changes implemented. So if we go back to our course now, we should see that this pull request has indeed now been accepted. So a new version of the course has now been made with these modules that are now in Dutch. Of course, we can still go back to the previous version that was in English, so that hasn't been lost. But now we have a version of the course in Dutch too. So you can effectively outsource the work of improving your learning materials to other people and incentivize them to do so. That's kind of the core of the project. So that's most of what we've got to show today. We have a lot of really exciting ideas moving this forward. Firstly, implementing that bounty system, so that people can incentivize the creation of high quality learning materials for their projects. Obviously, we've been using sort of silly courses in this one just to demonstrate, but we think this could be really useful for projects looking to have the best possible learning materials for people to understand their project. In the same way that open source is considered more secure or better because there's more eyes on the code, we want to use that same philosophy for learning by putting more eyes on the course, more eyes on the course materials. Also in the future, when users have finished a course, we'd like to give them some more power within the ecosystem as a whole. We have a contract that is sort of lives above all these subcontracts which are deployed whenever you create a course, which sort of have their own DAO structure with the maintainers controlling which requests are accepted and which ones aren't. But we believe there would be a great potential for the users of the site to have a lot more ownership by giving them voting rights depending on how many courses they had finished. We think there's some really fun potential in that sort of meta DAO structure as well, and that we'd like to explore with this project. So yeah, thank you very much for your time, and that was AcademyONE.